Today we are going to discuss about the basic OOPS concepts in Java. So before that we learn some fundamental concept, that is what is OOPS. We have already discussed in the previous class. OOPS is an object oriented programming. It is an programming paradigm or methodology, so that represents the style. It provides clarity, quality, and reduce program development time. It treats data as a critical element in the program development and doesn't allow data to move freely. So it ties the data and functions that operate on it and protects it from modification by other functions. Thus, OOPS provides data security. Now, coming to the basic concepts in OOPS, the basic concepts are: first one is object, next class, next data abstraction, data encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, dynamic binding, and message passing. What is an object? Object is a basic unit in OOPS that represents real world entities or things. So an object can be either a person, a place, or a thing. For example, a person may be like Harini, and the place may be like a college, and the thing may be like a bulb. So all these are real world entities or things. So object has both state and behavior. The state represents the attributes or properties of objects. In programming terminology, so the state is called as data variables. For example, if you consider a student object, it has properties like roll number, name, group, etc. And coming to the behavior, it represents the methods or operations on object. In programming terminology, these are referred as methods or member functions. For example, if you consider a student object, it has operations like insert, delete, edit, etc. Now, so let us consider an object bulb. So in bulb, we have properties like filament, holder, glass cover. This represents the state. And methods like switch on, switch off. So this represents the behavior. So every object has both properties, or we call it as data variables, and as well as methods. So object may be defined as a combination of both data and methods. These methods act on the data. Next, consider an object like bicycle that contains the properties like gear, pedal, speed, etc. And it has some methods like apply brakes, changing gears, etc. So the entire object contains both data as well as some methods. The methods represents the actions or operations on the object. So we came to know that object is a real world entity, and every object contains both state and behavior. It is a collection of both data and methods. To create these objects, we need a data structure called class. So what is a class? Class is a data structure from which objects are created. It is like a blueprint plan for constructing a building. It represents set of properties and methods that are common for all objects. So, a class can be thought as a collection of data and methods. The data means properties. For example, if you consider a class person which contains the data or properties like name, age, height, and methods speak, eat, run, walk. From these classes, we can create any number of instances or objects like person 1, person 2, so on. So, objects can be thought as instances of classes. Instances means examples. Okay. Next, so class acts as a blueprint or template, or we call it as prototype, from which objects are created. Just Lord Brahma designed the human being structure with 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 mouth, etc. Class also similarly acts as a structure to create the objects. For example, consider a car class that has properties color, name, fuel. From these car class, we can create number of objects with the same properties but different values or data. Once the class is created, we can create any number of objects or instances of that type class. For example, from flower class, we can create objects like rose, lily, jasmine, etc. In the same way, so consider another class student from which we can create any number of objects. And the next concept is data abstraction. Students, we know that abstraction refers to the act of representing essential features without including the background details. Abstraction takes only a set of essential properties or characteristics of object. For example, if you are using a computer keyboard, when you press the key, you are getting the key typed or displayed on the monitor itself, and how it is displaying internally, so we didn't have that information, means it is hiding the implementation details. For another example, if you take a general example, for a doctor, you are a patient and he requires your name, age, medical records. And another example, for a teacher, you are a student. He requires only roll number, name, group, academic details, etc. And I am giving another example. So, for abstraction, if you see, you might have used ATM machine many times for cash withdrawal and bank statements. The ATM machine has a swipe slot, touch screen, or a keyboard to withdraw the money, but you never know what exact actions or operation takes place internally in the machine. Like after swipe, the machine checks whether the card is valid or not, and the pin will be verified, then only you can withdraw the amount. And another example for abstraction is, if you check the time many times in a day, but you never know what internal mechanism of watch is. This hiding mechanism is known as abstraction. I think you got it. Hence, so classes uses the concept of abstraction and deals with the outside view of object. The members are accessed by methods inside class. Next, the next concept is data encapsulation. Data encapsulation means wrapping the data and methods in a single unit is known as encapsulation. So classes uses the concept of encapsulation as it encapsulates both data and methods. And these data can be accessed only by the methods inside the class. So the insulation of data from direct access is known as data hiding. So classes provides the concept of data hiding. So students, so in this session or class we learned what is an object, what is a class, what is data abstraction, what is data encapsulation. So in the next part we will be learning the remaining concepts. So on a summary, so object is a runtime entity that is created using class. Class is a template or blueprint to create the objects. So how we create objects? By using classes. So class is a template for creating the objects. And abstraction is a process of taking only a set of essential characteristics from something. And encapsulation means the binding of data and methods in a single unit. So it is an encapsulation. Classes uses the concept of encapsulation. It ties both the data and methods in a single unit. So thank you. So in the next session we will be learning about the remaining concepts. Thank you.